And we were talking about Poirier against Connor
McGregor, yeah.
And I made my recommendation. This is a part 3 of fighting. I think if there's ever been a time where a guy, like if all the mobsters
hypothetically,
of America, purely hypothetical, if the mobsters exist, I mean, there's no such a thing, but let's just say if there was such a thing as a mob. We know it doesn't exist. It's just in movies.
Correct.
But if there's such a thing as the mob, if there's ever been a time to call somebody to take a dive for a couple $1 million, probably a good time to do it right now. Yeah. If somebody's going to call, and I'm not saying it's going to, I'm not even putting the idea out there. No. All I'm saying is,
you just did.
If
Pat.
Dustin gets a call and says, "Hey, $5 million, just take a dive," okay? Why? Who do you think Dana wants to see the fight?
The $100 million man.
Hell yeah, McGregor.
Nobody wants to see Poirier fight Khabib or GSP or any of that. But can you imagine a Khabib reunion against Connor who comes back? Can you imagine Connor against GSP? Can you imagine if that takes place, right? And the part we went to when we were talking about how Dana's doing what he's doing, where you can't take fights or any sponsorships that you do, they have to be only what? You were talking about.
They have to go through the UFC. It has to be the UFC sponsor. They can't get external money.
You can't get external sponsor. Wow. It has to be only the ones.
You can't capitalize on your image.
And you know what I was going to say yesterday when I said I'm going to say today on the podcast. Here's what it is. You know who Dana doesn't want as an enemy? Same person Jeff Bezos didn't want as an enemy. Jeff Bezos is more open to the idea of paying more taxes. There's one thing Bezos doesn't want.
Regulation.
Union.
Oh.
Do not want union. UFC will get destroyed
if
union enters it. By the way, if union enters it, Dana cannot be Dana. They have to go get somebody like an Adam Silver. If union enters UFC, Dana's fired. Because Dana's
they'd shut it down. I don't think they'd even go through with it.
No, they wouldn't shut it down. Are you kidding me? Any opportunity for the union people to make money, memberships, taxes? Oh, hell no. These are the most capitalistic control.
No, I'm talking about. I think Zuffa and Dana White. I think they'd lock down the UFC.
They can't do that though. They can't do that. When you sell a company for that price and you get $3.5 billion and you got 10%, $350, you can't play those cards. You just cannot do it. You have so many. They will put him in court for the rest of his life to ruin his life. He's not going to do that. He's got a great life. But if you go at bat with union, that's one part that he has to realize. If there's anything that he has to adjust, he has to adjust. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.